Hi, this is Meredith Swanson.
And Abbie Northrup with the Lobby Observer.
Today we are sitting down with Westborough High School and Lobby Observer alum Ben Grossman.
During his time at WHS, Grossman completed 3 years of journalism classes along with becoming executive producer his senior year.
Let's pass it over to Hannah Willar, who had the opportunity to talk with Grossman about his time here at WHS.
Hi, this is Hannah Willar, and I'm here with Ben Grossman. Hi, Ben. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, so Ben is a journalism alum here at Westborough High School, and we'll be discussing his high school experience at the high school, and then we'll have Ava Lusek coming in, and she will explain his college life. So tell us about how you became involved with journalism.
So my eldest sister was in the Lobby Observer, I believe, for all 4 years of her high school career. She had some large role, I know, her final 2 years. And she always really advocated for journalism. So sophomore year came around, I had a gap in my schedule, so I signed up and I really just fell in love with it.
Nice, interesting. A follow-up to that, who sparked your interest in taking journalism? Did a teacher or a friend or something kind of spark your interest and make you interested in taking the class?
I had heard a lot of good things about Mrs. Stoker overall. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try it out. And I liked it a dozen times more than I ever thought I could.
All right, awesome. At first, when you took the class, what did you expect it to be like? Was there anything you kind of assumed was going to happen or anything like that?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, actually, I had a weird experience with journalism because my first semester with journalism, I actually didn't have Miss Stoker. I was with Miss Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And that was also spring of my sophomore year, which is when we went into the pandemic. So I had 5 to 6 weeks of a journalism class really before we got shut down. Maybe a little bit more. I don't remember exactly. But also, I didn't have Miss Stoker for my first year. So I definitely had a different experience with J1 than most students do.
Mm-hmm. At first, did you have any challenges or things you struggled with in the class? And if so, share with us what you felt was your hardest struggle.
I think being on Zoom was definitely rough because I think journalism, a large part of it is being social and getting to interact with others and work together on collaborative projects.
Mm-hmm.
During the pandemic, we really couldn't do that.
Okay. Do you remember what your first article was? If so, what kind of, was it a feature or broadcast? What kind of article was it?
Um, my first article to get published was about Christmas songs. I was just giving a generic ranking, just about Christmas songs, and that was, I believe, J2 my junior year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember too many articles that I wrote my J1 year, to be honest.
Okay. And then kind of switching topics, but staying on the same, throughout high school, how would you say your overall experience was at the high school? What advice would you give yourself going into high school? You wish you knew?
Obviously hindsight's 2020. I think I took myself way too serious for way too long. I thought that everything mattered so much more than it actually did. Being at school, I'm in college now. There's no one from my year is at this school. So it's all the things that you think matter so much when you're in high school, they really don't. I think getting out of Westborough, obviously, it's been said 1,000 times, Westborough is a great place to grow up, but I think it's good to kind of branch out.
No, yeah, I totally get that. And then kind of going back onto the journalism topic, do you think that you've improved a lot since your freshman year, with taking journalism and just writing overall?
Oh, my writing has improved tremendously, both grammatically and just the general quality of it.
Yeah.
It's been a lot better than it has in the past.
Okay. And then lastly, what was your favorite memory of being at high school?
Being on Full Court Press was definitely my favorite journalism memory. I always really liked that. That was fun. Definitely a good way to get involved my senior year. That was always kind of what my end goal was for journalism. Took a legal studies course my senior year with Mr. Belbin and Mrs. Power. Loved that. That was really fun because that was just very student organized and led.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say those are some of my top moments.
All right, awesome. Okay, so that's my portion of the interview. So now I will hand it over to Ava Lusek.
Thank you, Hannah. It was interesting to learn more about Ben's start in journalism.
Yeah, I agree. Let's pass it over to Ava Lusek, who caught up with Ben about his life as a college student as well as his plans for the future.
Okay. Hi, this is Ava Lusek reporting from the Lobby Observer, back with Ben Grossman. Now Ben will be talking to us about his current life as a college student. So Ben, we know that you're majoring in journalism at University of Maine. How has that been going?
I love it. So my first semester, I took a course in journalism. I'm doing my second course now. Um, I think that working with Miss Stoker and the Lobby Observer in general really helped to set me up uh, with like journalism abilities, because there's other kids who are like, oh, I worked for my school newspaper, but the Lobby Observer just kind of blows theirs out of the water. I don't know. I think that my skills from journalism in high school have really carried over.
Yeah, I think it's great that you continued journalism after high school. So is
Thank
there
you.
like a newspaper for your school that you're involved in or like plan on getting involved with?
I believe there is a newspaper. I'm not involved with it yet, as I've really just been trying to adjust myself to the general campus life. But I hope to get involved with that in the future.
Have you felt that college has helped you improve on your journalism skills?
I do think it has, because we've gotten a lot more freedom to basically do any topic that we want, especially ones that might be cautionary or can potentially like provoke feelings in people who are kind of I don't know what the proper term is, but we're basically encouraged to follow those.
Yeah, that's good. So have you joined any clubs in college?
Yes. So I'm in the ski and snowboard club here. I have a job through the intramural league, so I like referee basketball and flag football games. I've got an intramural basketball team with a couple of my friends, so I've been able to keep busy.
Yeah, that's good. I think it's great to get involved in clubs like that. So, how was your first semester and was preparing for finals a lot different than high school?
Um, my first semester, I loved it, honestly. I think I definitely had an adjustment period for a couple weeks because it was my first time like really being away from home, but I think most kids do have that.
Mhm.
Um, Overall, I think Westborough prepared me really well. My grades here are pretty solid, better than I had in Westborough, at least, because I don't know, I struggled in high school, but I also think that Westborough High prepares you very well for what college has in store.
Yeah,
So finals really didn't feel too overwhelmed with anything.
that's good. So, was it like hard to adjust going into college or?
So I worked at summer camp over the summer, so I was already gone for a few months before I got here. So I definitely had a little bit of like some knowledge about what it's kind of like to like share a room with another person and just being away from home in general. But it definitely is a learning curve when you're like, there is there is nothing here that's going to like there's no one here that's going to make you do anything. It's really all about you have to show that you want to do stuff and you want to stay committed, because like there's no one that's going to get you out of your bed at 9 a.m. to make you go to your English class.
Mhm. Yeah, so like kind of a follow-up question, like the independence, is that like, do you find that like harder than high school or is it like
Oh
good?
no, I love it. I think that I've matured enough to a point where like I'm kind of like I either go to class or I fail. So it's kind of do or die. So I've managed to do it. So like I've enjoyed that, like the freedom that we get.
That's good. So lastly, what is some advice that you would give to seniors prepping for college right now?
Um, where you end up is not as deep, or it doesn't matter nearly as much as like you think it does, or
Mhm.
like where other people go. Because I remember even like my school, I think UMaine, we don't have a great, or we have a fairly high acceptance rate, like it's in the 90s. But they gave me a good scholarship, and like when I toured the school, I loved it. And I remember telling people I was going to UMaine, um, and they were like, "Isn't that like a stupid school?" And at the time, I let that bother me so much because I was like, I don't want people thinking that I'm dumb, like yada yada yada. But it's really just not that deep. And no matter what you think, it's like 95% of the kids that I graduated with, I haven't seen since graduation. So it's like a large part of it just won't really affect you.
That's great advice. Thank you for letting us interview you. Back
Yeah, of course.
to Meredith and Abbie at the lobby.
Well done, Ava. The Lobby Observer is very proud of Ben and all of his accomplishments in high school and in college.
Until next time, this is Meredith Swanson and Abbie Northrup with the Lobby Observer.